Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 4th grade concept of solving data problems. This is standard 4.9b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 7 of the 2021 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So we have a frequency table down here. It shows the number of movies watched last month by each student in Mr. Wesley's class. So we've got 1 movie, 2 movies, 3 movies, and 4 movies. We have some simple tally marks there. So let's just make sure that we can at least put some numbers next to these. That will be very helpful. So remember, when we've got this group that's got 4 and then that diagonal that's just 5. So if we want to kind of skip count, it's easy to go ahead and just take that 5, and then there's a 2, so we're just going to make that a 7. So we've got a 5 and another 5, that's 10, plus another 2, so that is going to be 12. And then we just have some individuals here less than 5, so that's going to be 4, and then that's going to be our 2. So that's the number of movies watched by students. Looks like 2 movies was the most popular here. So let's take a look at our question. What is the difference? So that's going to be key for us between the number of students who watched 2 movies last month and the number of students who watched 1 movie last month. All right, so we've got this number 1 here, but it's written in word form. So we need to kind of watch out for that. So we need to find the difference. And let's say we don't know what that is. That's going to be very key for us. But we don't know what that is, and let's see if there's any type of context clues that we can use to figure out what operation we are supposed to use. And really, we've got 2 movies and 1 movie, right? So that's going to be your 7 and your 12. And you've got 4 options, right? You can add the 2. You could subtract the 2, if so you got to flip them a little bit. You could multiply the 2. Then you could divide the 2. Well, this doesn't go in evenly, so we can at least get rid of that one. And it's going to be this next word between that's going to help us figure out that the difference actually means subtraction. So when we are adding numbers, our answer is actually called a sum. But when we're looking between numbers typically wants us to see how far apart they are. What's the space between them? And so the space between numbers is called the difference. So that's the answer to a subtraction problem. When we multiply, we've got factors. We multiply factors, but the answer is actually called a product. So we've got some special names for each of these, and we can't leave out division. Even though we crossed it out, we know that we're not going to divide here. Each of these terms actually has a special name, but our answer is what we're looking at in this problem, and that's called a quotient. So this difference, so we just need to do 12 minus 7. All right, seems simple. No need to even line that up. That's a basic fact. But as you notice, there is no A, B, C, or D. So that's probably where the real trick comes in this question. I don't think anyone's going to think that 4th graders are going to have difficulty with 12 minus 7. The difficulty comes in trying to figure out where to bubble this in using place value on our bubble sheet. So this is what your answer document looks like. You got a really thin column with no bubbles underneath. That's the decimal point. And then you got 2 spots to the right of the decimal point, and you've got 3 spots to the left, and the 5 could obviously sit in any of these spots. But we have to remember that's our 1s, that's our 10s, that's our 100s. We start building from the decimal point. We don't always go to the far right now, because we've got tenths right here, and we've got hundredths. And we don't need any type of decimal. We simply need the 5. And so 5 is going to be right here in the 1s place. We're going to leave everything else blank. We're going to hit that 5 down there, bubble it in, we're good to go.